Numbers chapter 19. ويدبر يهوه إلى موسى وإلى هارون لأمور. And Yahweh worded to Moshe and to Aaron, saying, Thot hukkat haTorah, atratilwa Yahweh le'amor. This is the statute of the law, or directive, which Yahweh commanded, saying, Daber el bnei Yisrael, word thou to the sons of Yisrael, ויקחו לכפרה אדומה תמימה, and they take to thee a red heifer, complete, atrehen bahamum, which hath no blemish in her. Atr lo ala ha'ol, which a yoke hath not gone up upon her. Unatatem hotah Eleazar hakohen, and ye shall give her to Eleazar the priest. V'hoshi hotah elamihut elamahana, and he shall bring her to outside to the camp. V'shahat otah lepanau, and one shall slay her before his face. V'lakach Eleazar hakohen midamah be'etba'o, and Eleazar the priest shall take from her blood by means of his finger. V'hizah Elenokah b'nei ohel moed midamah sheva pa'amim, and he shall sprinkle toward the faces of the tent of appointment from her blood 7 times. V'sharap et hapara le'enau, and one shall burn the heifer before his eyes. Et orah ve'et basharah ve'et damah al pirashah yisharop, her skin and her flesh and her blood upon her dung one shall burn. V'lakach hakohen esherez ve'zob usheni tola'at, and the priest shall take wood of cedar and hyssop and scarlet of worm, v'hishalik eletok sherefat hapara, and he shall throw to the midst of the burning of the heifer. V'kibes begadai hakohen, and the priest shall wash his clothes. V'rahash b'sharo b'mayim, and he shall wash his flesh in the water. V'achar yavo el hamachane, and afterward he shall come to the camp. V'tameh hakohen ad hararab, and the priest shall be unclean until the even. V'hashorep otah yikabes begadai b'mayim v'rahash b'sharo b'mayim, and the one burning her shall wash his clothes in the water, and he shall wash his flesh in the water. V'tameh ad hararab, and he shall be unclean until the even. Wasap isha tahor et eper hapara, and a clean man shall gather the ash of the heifer, وهنيح ميحوث لمحنه بمقام tahor, and he shall cause it to rest from outside to the camp in a clean place. وهايتا لعدت بني إسرائيل لمشمرت لمندا حتى تهي. And it shall be for the congregation of Yisrael, the congregation of the sons of Yisrael, for a keeping, or for to be kept, for waters of impurity. It is a sin offering. Wichibes haosef et eper hapara et begadau. And the one gathering the ash of the heifer shall wash his clothes with tameh ad hararab, and he shall be unclean until the even. Wahayata libnei Yisrael v'lager hagar b'tocham l'chukat olam. And it shall be for the sons of Yisrael and for the sojourner, the one sojourning in their midst, for a statute of unseen time. Hanogeh b'met l'kol nefesh ha'adam v'tameh shiva'at yamim. The one touching a dead person for any soul of Adam also shall be unclean 7 days. Hu yithatavo bayom hathalithi wa bayom hashvi'i yitahar. He shall purify himself by means of it in the 3rd day and in the 7th day. He shall be clean. V'imelo yitahata bayom hathalithi wa bayom hashvi'i lo yitahar. And if he purify not himself in the 3rd day and in the 7th day, he shall not be clean. Kol hanogeh b'met b'nefesh ha'adam atar yamut v'lo yithatah et mishkan Yahweh timeh v'nichrata ha'nefesh ha'hi Mishrael. Everyone touching a dead person by means of the soul of the Adam, or among the soul kind of the Adam, when he hath died, and he purify not himself, Yahweh's tabernacle he hath defiled, and that soul shall be cut off from Yisrael. Ki menidda lo hazoraka alayu tameh yihye od tumatovo. Because waters of impurity were not sprinkled upon him, he is unclean. He is still unclean. His uncleanness is in him. Thot haTorah Adam ki yamut bo'ohel. And this is the directive of a man as he dieth in a tent. Kol haba el haohel v'kol atraba ohel yitama shivat yamim. Everyone entering to the tent and everyone who is in the tent shall be unclean 7 days. V'kol keli patuh atrein tzamid patil alayu. And every opened vessel which there is not a cover of a cord upon it, tameh hu, it is unclean. V'kol atrayiga ala penei hashada, and everyone who he touches upon the face of the field, bahalal herb or bemet, upon one slain of a sword, or upon a dead one, or be'ethem adam, or beqaber, or upon a bone of a man, or upon a grave. Yitamah shiva'at yamim, he shall be unclean 7 days. Walaqahu latameh, and they shall take for the unclean one me'apar sharefat hahatat, from the ash of the burning of the heifer. وَنَاثَنَ عَلَيْهُ مَيْمْ حَيِّيمْ إِلَكَلِي, and one shall give upon it living waters into a vessel. وَلَا قَحَهِزُوب وَتَعَوَلَ بَمَيْمْ إِشَتَاهُرْ, and a clean man shall take hyssop, and he shall dip in the waters. وَهِزَّا عَلَى هَاوْهِلْ وَعَلَى كُلْ حَكَلِيمْ وَعَلَى هَنْفَاشُوتْ أَطْرَهَا يُثَامْ, and he shall sprinkle upon the tent and upon all its things, all the things, and upon the souls which were there. وَعَلَى هَنُّوغِعْ بَعِثَمْ or بِحَلَال or بَمِّت or بَقَابر, and upon the one touching in the bone or in the slain or in the dead or in the grave. وَهِزَّا هَتَّاهُرْ عَلَى هَتَّامِهِ بَيُومْ هَثَّلِيثِ وَبَيُومْ هَشْبِعِ, and the clean one shall sprinkle upon the unclean one in the 3rd day and in the 7th day. وَهِتَّوْ بَيُومْ هَشْبِعِ وَكِبَّسْ بَغَادَيْوْ وَرَاحَشْ بَمَيْمْ وَطَاهِرْ بَغَارِبْ, and he shall purify, or he shall purify him in the 7th day, and he shall wash his clothes, and he shall wash in the water, and he shall be clean in the even. وَيِشَ أَثَرْ يِتَمَّهَ وَلَوْهِ يِتَحَتَّهَ وَنِخْرَتَهَا نَفْشَهَهِ مِتُوخَ حَقَّهَالِ, and the man which is unclean, and he purify himself not, that soul shall be cut off from the midst of the assembly. Ki et miqdash Yahweh timeh, because the sanctuary of Yahweh, he hath defiled. Menida lo zorak alau tamehu. The waters of impurity were not sprinkled upon him. He is unclean. وَهَايَتَ لَهِمْ لِحُقَّةِ عَلَامٍ. And it shall be for them for a statute of unseen time. وَمَزَّ مِهَنِّدَّا يُخَبِّسْ بِغَادَيْوِ. And the one sprinkling the waters of impurity shall wash his clothes. وَهَنُّغِعْ بِمِهَنِّدَّا يِتَمَهْ عَدْهَرَبْ. And the one touching upon the waters of impurity shall be unclean until the even. وَكُلْ أَطْرِ يِجَّعْبُ حَتَّى يِتَمَهْ. And everything which the unclean person toucheth upon shall be unclean. وَهَنَّفِشَ هَنُّغَعَتْ تِتَمَهْ عَدْهَرَبْ. And the soul touching shall be unclean until the even.